This is a short video on how I preserve my daughter's drawings. She makes a lot of really great little drawings on paper. I'm always wanting to stick them up. Yeah, the thing with kids is they churn out a whole lot of art, but the problem is, what do you do with it? I give it to the grandparents, but there's only so much they can take. So how do you preserve it in a way that sort of stays true to the form, keeps the innocence of the drawing, but kind of makes it a little bit more special, maybe something that you would like to gift to someone. So this is just a method I've developed to be able to kind of hang our daughter's art up on the wall and give it to people, turns it into like a nice little gift. And we'll just preserve it into the future. It will mean that their drawings, if they're kind of in a decent state when I get them, can, stay that way. So what I do is I just make a little wooden frame and then laminate the drawings to the frame. If you keep it as a flat piece of wood with the drawing attached, they're postable and just makes them a nicer thing to hang up on the wall or to give someone. So so what I do is I obviously cut the wood to shape. Some thin ply you can get already cut to about an A4 size. I actually found packs of A4 4mm ply, which I've been using to do the paintings on. These are obviously kind of smaller little drawings. These were actually for an order. Someone wanted a drawing mounted, and I made these frames to suit their drawing. So these are smaller again. These are about an A5, I think. And once the piece of ply is cut, I just make like a little wooden border, which I cut on a table saw. It's pretty roughly done, actually. As I've said before, I'm in Germany. In Australia, I have a whole collection of tools, and they kind of allow you to get like a really nice finish on any of this sort of work. Here, I'm just working with what I got, which is a small, cheap table saw and some tiny little clamps. And so I cut the wood, glue it on, and then here I take the drawing and laminate it in a matte sticky back pouch, leaving some overhang. Ideally, you make the frame slightly smaller than the drawing, just say 5mm. And then as you stick the pouch onto the wood, you then have something to trim off. I've also had it the other way where it's sort of maybe the frame is actually 5mm larger. It's not such a big problem. You just get a small wooden border. So then taking the laminated drawing, sticking it onto the wooden frame, moment of truth when you're trying to line it up. Then just sort of like working across the surface to make sure it's really sort of stuck on. They're very sticky, these pouches. They do really stick well. You don't have to worry about them coming off. And then just trimming off the excess. The lamination process makes it all into one piece. The paper and the plastic layers all become one. So after you've trimmed them, you won't have to worry about them sort of delaminating or separating. And then I just give it a really light sand on sort of like a 45 angle to kind of get the little burrs off. You'll get like a little bit of a burr where the knife presses through. So just cleaning it up a little bit. Probably also the frame, it could possibly need a little bit of a light sand. Then just putting a mounting wire on the back. So a couple of screws. I like to put 4 screws, 2 up the top, 2 down the bottom. This sort of makes the frame sit evenly off the wall. So if there's like a little bit of it sort of will sit off the wall because of the first 2 screws where the wire is. So I put the ones down the bottom in so it sort of sits evenly off the wall. And one more time. Yeah, so this was a friend's kid's drawing. And yeah, it really does kind of make like a sort of professional object. This is the finished product of the lady's drawing. It looks quite slick, to be perfectly honest. So if this video has helped you add some Riz to any of your artworks, give me a like and a subscribe, and see you next time.